Hello, Keller Williams. Welcome to another Command Happy Hour. It is July 9th, and we are going to cover some exciting things today. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Looks like there's no one else on the Zoom call yet, so hopefully some people will join in. If not, then later on when people rewatch it, cheers. Hope you guys are enjoying a drink as you go over this with me. Let's see. All right, so let's see here. First thing I want to dive into is something I get a lot of questions about, and it is in regards to the website. People always ask me how to get reviews on there because there are a few pre-built widgets for the website for letting your clients leave reviews and then sharing those reviews on the website. And I've tried it out. I've tried the pre-built widget out, and it just doesn't seem to work too well right now. I think they still have a few kinks to kind of work out on it. So I have, reviews on my website, and people always ask me how I got them on there. So I'm just going to show an easy way where you can just make a, quick page that shows your different reviews. So let's see here. Hide that. So to start, we are going to go down here to the bottom left tab of Command, the Consumer tab. And this is where you're going to be able to create new pages for your website. You can also do it in Designs, which I will show you shortly, because that's where you have to go to edit pages that you've already created. But to create a new one, I usually just go to the Consumer tab. And at the top right corner, we're going to hit the blue button to create a new site. And then we're going to hit this top option for your agent site. This bottom one is for landing pages that are not attached to your website. So we're going to do the top option and hit create page at the bottom. And this is our web page design page section of Command, whatever you want to call it. So at the top left corner, it throws in a default name, so you can go ahead and erase that and name it what you want. So for this one, I'll do, sure if you guys heard that, pretty loud thunder outside, but no rain. So I'm going to call this one Client Reviews. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drag in the Agent Profile widget. So on the right side, you're going to see you have widgets, content blocks, and layout blocks. So within widgets, you're going to drag the Agent Profile. You're going to click and hold it and drag it over here and then drop it. And you're going to see, so when you first create your website, you've probably seen this page before because it's the page where your picture goes and your information goes. But what we're going to do is we're just going to use this template of a page, erase everything off of there, and put in our reviews. So let's see. To get started, we're going to go to the bottom right to configure widgets, and that's where we're going to be able to change the information on the page. And then we're going to click on Agent Profile. And this is where we're going to be able to make those changes. So to start, we have our headshot. So for a client review page, you might want to keep your headshot on there, but what I'm going to do is change it up a little bit. So I'm going to show you what I did on my page. You can get creative with it. But I'm just going to open up a new tab here at the top and go back into Command. And then we're going to go down to Designs. This is our design software within Command where you can create, flyers to print, social media posts, pictures, all kinds of things, videos. So this is the design homepage right here. So we're just going to hit the plus sign at the bottom right to create a new design. And then for this one, I'm just going to use social. It doesn't really matter which one I use because I'm going to just create one from scratch. So you can really click any of them. I'll just do social, and we're going to hit next. Now, if you've never gone into designs, when you click on those different options there, like social, print, email, they're going to have these different templates that are categorized. So, if you want to do a social media post based on a listing, you could go to the listing drop down. There's going to be all these different templates in here. And then when you click on, the category you want at the top, they're going to have all these different size options for you. So they have them formatted based on, the different types of social media. Like Instagram's always going to be square photos. Facebook's a little more of a rectangle. Instagram stories can be horizontal. But if you want to create one from scratch, all you're going to do is go to the top to where it says My Designs and click on that. And then you'll see at the top left here, you have Create Design, Start from Blank. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And then you'll see here, they have some pre-made sizes you can choose from. What I'm going to be doing is a square. So it's, pretty much just like the Instagram 1080 by 1080 there. But I'll just show you how to do it from scratch. So we'll do custom size. You can choose, one of the following options: pixels, inches. We're just going to stick with pixels, and I'll just do, 1,000 by 1,000, just a typical square image that's not too small. And we'll hit create, and it's just going to pull up a blank. Oh, now this has been happening lately. I'm not sure what's going on. I know it's been reported, but basically when you go to create a new design, for some reason it logs you out and doesn't let you log back in. So let's see if we can either try this again or maybe find a workaround for it. Let's see. Go ahead and refresh this page real quick. All right, I'm not too sure what's going on here. Let's just try using an Instagram template, and then we'll just delete everything off there since we're just trying to get a square image. So it really doesn't matter which one you click on. You could go to the KW app. These are all Instagram sized. We'll just click on a random one. Hopefully it's going to open up for us. Fingers crossed. All right, so it looks like that worked. Maybe it's just something with creating your own size right now that's not working. But anyway, so we have our square image here. Let's just go ahead and click on all these items, and then we're going to hit delete. Or you can go up to the top right. You'll see if you click it, there's a little trash can icon up there. So we're just going to go ahead and delete everything off this. So we just have a nice blank square here that we can work on. All right, so everything's off of here. We just have a square. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to click on that square, and then you'll see at the top, you have a couple options here. I'm going to set the background color. Now there's a million different ways you could do this, but I keep mine pretty simple. So I'm just going to go with dragging it to the top right there for color. It's going to be a red square. And then I'm going to go to the left side here and click on text. And then I'll go to add, which is at the top left. And I'm just going to click on one of these. You can resize them, so it doesn't really matter, but the title is going to be the biggest one. So I'll drag that in there. I'm going to go ahead and stretch this out a little bit. And for this, I would either put reviews or, client reviews or testimonials, something like that. I called the page client review, so let's go ahead and use that. Even do it on 2 different lines. So we just type that in there. I'm going to go ahead and highlight this. Not sure if that's necessary, but I always highlight it. I'm going to change the text color to white. So we just clicked on that color button at the top, drag it up to the top left for white, hit apply. And then I'm going to center it. So again, you click on it, you go up here to the top. There's all these different options. You can make it bold if you want. Towards the right, you have your text alignment. So we're going to hit that and go to center. So we have that. I'm going to go ahead, since it's a little small based on the entire square, I'm just going to stretch it a little bit. So you just hit the corner where those little white dots are. You can stretch it out. And then I'm going to make sure it's centered. So you'll see when you drag it around, you're going to have these little guidelines. So right in the middle, it's going to pop up when you're centered. And if you go down a bit, you're going to see it right there. It's very similar to like Microsoft Publisher and Canva. It's so you can make sure everything is where you want it to be. So very simple. I'm just going to use this as is, red background, client reviews. And then I'm going to, you can name it at the top. I'll call this the client reviews. And then we're just going to hit this little down arrow to download it. And then we are going to, it doesn't really matter which one you download because it's going to be very small on the website. But I'm going to, you'll see if you're on JPEG, it says ideal for web and image. So let's go ahead and stick with that. Change quality, if you want, you can slide that over to high quality. And then you're just going to do start download at the bottom there. So very basic picture here, nothing fancy. You could add an actual background if you want. But I think you just shouldn't overthink this. You just want to get something on there. So let's hop back to this other tab we were in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out this headshot at the top for that picture we just created. So at headshot, we're going to click on this little picture icon on the left. And it's going to pull up a new, like my computer folder. So I can go and choose from my downloads, that client reviews picture we just created. So I'm just going to go ahead and double click that. And you'll see it didn't change on the left side. You have to click save and apply at the bottom right for it to populate. So if we click that, we're going to see client reviews right there. And that's all we want, just something simple. The page title, so this is where your name would go on the agent bio, but we might want to change this up. Let's see, we'll say, I'm going to do what our clients say about us. That's going to swap up there. And then if you want to add a little subtext under that, you can do that. So that'll be in the role and company section. I could say something like, find out how our team goes above and beyond. Something basic like that. And if you want to leave that section blank, what you can also do is just put a space here and then save it. And it's just going to get rid of that altogether. So it's totally up to you how you want to format this page. But just know that with any section, you can just put a space and it'll just skip it. So like, for example, this next section, bio title, it's going to be locked on the left side here. And what I'm going to show you is how you can have everything centered if you want. You don't have to. You could keep it on the left side, but I'm going to show you how to center it. So I think it looks kind of strange with the bio title being locked to the left side. So I'm just going to leave that blank as well. We're just going to put a space in there. And then for the agent bio, let's just go ahead and delete all of the verbiage out of there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go copy and paste our reviews into here. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and open up 2 different tabs here. So you can copy them directly, your reviews directly into right here in the agent bio box. But what I'm going to recommend you do is just open up a Google document or a Word document. So I'll go to my Google Docs and just open up a new one. Just because it's easier to keep track of everything, in one Google document or Word document. That way you're not, working in this tiny little box here. It makes it just a little bit easier to kind of format it the way you want. Go ahead and size this normally. There we go. And then next step is we're going to go find our reviews. So, you probably have reviews on Zillow or Google or, Realtor.com, Facebook, somewhere like that. I know we like to use Google as a primary source for people to leave reviews. Google and Facebook are kind of our the two that we push for the most. Zillow is good as well. I would say, a lot of people, when they search for a business, they're going to start on either Google or Facebook, in my opinion. Maybe if they're looking for a specific realtor, they'll go to Zillow as well. So those 3, I would say, are probably top choices. If anyone not in our area is listening to this, maybe your, city or country is different. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and type in our team names. You'll see our business pops up here on Google. We have some reviews. So I'm just going to go and click on these reviews. And then what I want to do is go ahead and copy the reviews into this Google document. So I'm going to hit more, make sure I get all the verbiage in there. Copy it, go into my Google Doc and just paste it. And you might want to include a name. It's up to you. Her name is Kate, so I might do a dash, Kate, okay. We'll go down a line. Go ahead and copy that next one. And I'm just going to do 3 of them for now. But you'll get the idea of how you can go in and copy all of your past reviews if you want to onto one web page. Who is that? Rosemary. Something like that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy this entire document. And then I'm going to go back into Command. And on the agent bio, you're just going to paste that in there. And then if we hit save and apply, it's going to go ahead and update this so we can see how it looks. So you'll see all the reviews. All the reviews get put in there, just line after line. So now I'm just going to show you a couple, very simple ways to kind of format this, to kind of clean it up a bit. So like I said earlier, it locks to the left side by default. So if you want to center it, what you're going to do is at the top of your document here, you're going to do a little open arrow here, open bracket, whatever they're called. I'm not sure the correct terminology here. I'm definitely not a HTML coder by any means, but I know some very basic commands to, format text. So what you do is, an open arrow, you type center and then a closed arrow. And then at the end of the document, you're going to do almost the same thing, but you want to, before you type center, just add one of these little forward slashes. So it's going to look like that. So this is saying that this is the start of everything that's going to be centered, and this is the end. So now let's just go ahead and copy that and see how it looks. Let's go ahead and delete everything back out of that agent bio, paste it in with that center. and then we hit save and apply, we're going to see that everything on there is now centered. So depending on how you want the page to look, I feel like that kind of cleans it up a bit. I think it looks good on, mobile devices to have everything kind of centered. So very easy way to do that. One last thing is if I want to, on this, let's see here, you'll see it just kind of has review after review. There's really no separation. So, you could add some extra spaces in there if you wanted, like that, kind of space it out. But one thing I like to do is another one of these little open and close arrow HTML codes here. You just do open HR and then a closed. And for this one, you don't have to do this, what we did at the end with center with this /. You just have to do this. So this is going to put a horizontal line across the page. So it'll kind of separate all of these with a line in between. So go ahead and do this under this guy as well. Just again, open arrow, HR, closed arrow. And then this last one, you can put one at the end if you want. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this again one last time. And let's go back into command, clear out that bio, paste it in, and let's see how it looks. So now we have the review, the name, that horizontal line, the next review with a name, horizontal line. So that's a way if you have a lot of reviews on one page, kind of separated a bit, it's going to clean it up a lot. Yeah, that's really the main idea going into the agent bio and typing in reviews. It might not be the prettiest page, but it's a very quick and easy way to get reviews on your website. If you're having issues with that pre-made review template. And then, so let's just go ahead and finish this page up. And then I'm going to show you, once you create the page, obviously you're going to get new reviews as you close more business. So I'm going to show you how you can go back in and edit that page to add a new review, without creating the entire page from scratch again, like we did this time. So we're just going to scroll down on the right side, finish out the rest of the information. It's really just a contact form at the bottom. So this one, it has her information in there already. So I'm just going to go ahead and save that. And this page is done. So then we're just going to go up here to the top right corner and hit Save Changes. And then we're going to click Yes to publish as an agent site. Now you'll see here on the right side, you'll have a little eyeball icon. And when you hover over it for that page you just created, it is not an active page yet because there are 2 steps when you go to create a new page. You have to create the page itself, and then you have to go in and actually add that page to your website. So I'm just going to show you that really quick. It's super easy to do. At almost the top right corner, you're going to see Site and App Settings. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It's going to pull up this page here. On the right side, you will see Site Pages. So these are the pages on your agent website. And if you haven't added any new ones aside from like setting up the initial site, you should have 3. It'll be like a contact form, a team or office page, and then a like agent bio, I think are the 3 it starts with. So what you're going to do to add a new one is just go to the bottom left corner and hit Add Page. And then you're going to see these pages on here that you've created. So we're just going to go, it should be at the very top, that most recent one. So client reviews, you select it and hit continue. And that's going to pull that page in there. And then we just have to name it and give it a URL on this right side before we save it. So page title, I'm going to do client reviews. The URL slug, I might do the same thing. You can add like a dash in there. The only thing you can't do is no spaces or special characters, because this is basically just a URL. Like at the top right here, you'll see console.command.kw. You can use periods, you can use slashes, dashes, but you can't use, like asterisks or any special characters like that, and definitely no spaces. And then SEO description. We've covered this in a lot of classes, but essentially, like when you're on Google, you're going to see here underneath the different links you can click, you have some verbiage down here. So this is your SEO description. So basically, if someone types in, some keywords that match your SEO description, you're going to be posted higher up on Google when they go to search that item. So, you might do something like, let's see, reviews for real estate team or agent in, this city. Not the best SEO description, but you get the point. You just want some keywords in there. So if someone goes to Google and types in real estate Atlanta, you might have a chance of getting a little higher up on Google. And then at the very bottom left, we're going to see a save page changes, and click on that. And that page should now be on our website. You'll see the URL right there. So if we want to copy and paste that, we can. Or we can just type in our website. And we're going to see on the menu, we should have that page at the bottom there. So we have client reviews right there. You click on that, and there's reviews. Again, nothing fancy, just a really easy way to just get some reviews on your website. Just because I've been asked that very frequently. So very simple way to do that. And then while we're on this page, it'll show you, say you wanted your reviews to be higher up on that website menu, you can click these 6 dots on the left side, and you can drag them around. So you can rearrange the pages on your website. You can hit the 3 dots if you want to go to delete it, or if you want to select a different page to attach. And then if you click on any of them, you can go in and, change up that menu title or the URL or the SEO description. So lastly, on this subject, I'm just going to show you. So once, you've closed new business, you get more reviews, how you can go in and update that page with those new reviews. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to where we went earlier into designs, because that's how you edit those web pages you've created. And this is in order of when they were created. So obviously, excuse me, these are going to be, right up top. But let's say that you created the website a few weeks ago, so you don't see it on this main page here, rather than going and, clicking through 300 some designs, however many you have. What you can do is click on Agent Site at the top. So it's going to filter out all of your designs into just those. And then, again, mine's top left right there, but if it's not, you can use the search bar to filter it out more. And then you're just going to click on it, and it's going to open it up where you can edit it. So just let's say I wanted to go and add in a new review. So I'm just going to do the same thing I did earlier. I'm going to click on Configure Widgets, and then click on Agent Profile. And we're going to see that bio just like before. I'll go back to my Google Documents. This is why I love having this Google document. So I want to keep this last part, the center at the end. This is assuming I want to add this new review to the bottom. You can do the same thing at the top, just add it underneath the center rather than on top of the center. Let's just go and grab another review real quick. Let's say that this one just came in. Just going to copy that, go back here, we'll paste it in there. This is from an Ethan. And go ahead and copy this whole page again. Go back into command. We're just going to clear out this agent bio, which I think I actually forgot a step here. Yeah, so when I added in that new review, I didn't include this little HR line code there. So we're just going to go ahead and add that back in, that little HR there, just so there's a line before that new review. Let's go ahead and copy this again. Back into command, we're just going to delete out the agent bio, paste it in there, and save. And then now if we scroll down to the bottom, we'll see that new review on there. Again, you could add the new ones to the top if you want. You can put more information in. So like with their names, you could do, you know, when they worked with you, like a month and a year or something like that. So people can kind of see, you know, all right, this review's from 5 years ago. This one was from last month. It's more recent. Because, you know, as you grow as an agent or a team, you know, your reviews might get changed a little bit. You know, the first review you ever receive as you're a licensed agent is going to be very different from the review you receive, you know, years into selling real estate. So we have that updated. We're just going to do save and apply, and then save changes at the top, and then hit yes to publish. Now I believe, so you'll see it did create a separate page here. But let me go to the website because I believe it does update automatically. So I could be wrong about that. Let's see. So on our website, let's go down to that client reviews. Yeah, so we do see that right here, the new one. So all you have to do is really save it and it automatically will update for you. Now it's kind of interesting because in the consumer tab here, you go to agent site pages, there's going to be duplicates. So I don't know exactly the reasoning for that. You know, it's kind of confusing because you would think the most recent one would be the one with that update, but that one says it's not active. So it's like these are just literally duplicates. They both have all reviews. It's a little confusing there, but not a big deal because it gets the job done. If for some reason it didn't populate for you, all you would have to do is go back into those site and app settings, go to the site pages, and then you would just go to client reviews or whatever you name the page, do select page, and just make sure it's the most recent one. But again, it seems to do it automatically. So I'm not sure if that's necessary. But yeah, that's it. You know, aside from just some really basic formatting, like that little HR to add the lines, and then the center if you do want to center it, that's really all you need to do. And you know, it takes a few minutes to copy and paste all the reviews in there and kind of format it the way you want. But once it's set up, it's super, super easy to add new reviews in there. So, you know, either have your admin or if you're a solo agent, you know, take a few minutes, set this up, and it's just an easy way to get reviews on your website. You know, that way when people look you up and go to your website, they can see reviews. Like with any reputable business, they're going to have reviews on their website. So I think it's a good thing to have, at least for now, until the review widgets that KW has built for us are really working the way that we want them to work. You know, they're just a bit confusing right now. I could be wrong. I haven't played with it in a little while. It's been a few weeks since I've tried it out. So if, you know, someone watches this and says, you know, I've been using it and it works fine, then, you know, let me know because I'd be interested to see how it's changed since I last tried it. But yeah, that's a quick and easy way. So last thing I want to cover, we're just going to keep this short and sweet today because there's still no participants. We're just kind of breezing through a few topics that I wanted to cover. If anyone's watching this, you know, we try to do Command Happy Hour every other Thursday around 5 o'clock. You know, sometimes it's later. We're trying 5 o'clock now because that's more traditional happy hour time. But if you ever have like a question about Command or like just want to learn something new, or having some kind of issue with command, just come on here and, it's a Zoom call. We post the link, we email out the link before it starts. So just hop on and ask away. And I assure you, you will either learn something new or we will problem solve together and figure out how to, work around a different issue. So real quick, last thing I'm going to cover is how to create an email signature. I actually got an email from I believe, newer agent about this today. And I was hoping she would be able to join me because I was going to cover this at the beginning of the class, but I never actually got in touch with her after she had sent that email. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to designs. And I always mention this because some people don't seem to know. But when you first go into command, you only see logos and you can hover over them and it'll show you what it is. If you click on the KW at the top left, it's going to open those up. So you can see the names, the different pages of command. So again, we're going to designs towards the bottom. We're going to go ahead and hit the plus sign to create a new one. And we are going to use a social design. I believe that's the right category for email signatures. Hopefully I'm right here. So again, it's all broken into categories. I think this one is in business basics. Yeah. So business basics, we're going to see email signatures. There's only 2 templates right now. I'm sure eventually we'll get some more. But really, you can use one of these. And like we did earlier, where you can delete everything off of it and just use the size. You can go in and create one from scratch if you want to. But just to keep this simple, I'm just going to use the template and, just kind of swap out some pictures. Just show you a real quick and easy way you can add an email signature, especially for new agents. It's nice on your email when you send it through Gmail, because with KW, you get your G Suite account. So you're going to be using Gmail a lot. It's nice to have, an actual signature rather than just your name at the bottom of each email. So let's say I just wanted to use this kind of as is. You can click on all these different elements and change up what's inside of them. So for this one, first to last, so I might do my name. We have realtor under there. That works for me. License number. Oh, we don't want to stretch that too much. So if you mess something up, you can always go to this top left corner and hit the back arrow, and it's going to revert to what it was. So I'm just going to double click in here, add in my license number, if I remember it. And then we're going to want to stretch that out just so it's on one line. Let's just go ahead and fill in the info first, and then we'll cover the pictures real quick. So let's double click on here, change up our mobile number. So we want to do that. Not sure why the F's in office turned into a question mark, but we're going to change that up there. Our office address underneath that. 37 Thursday Road. Yeah, missed a little space there. That looks good. Email under that. See, sometimes the box isn't sized properly, so it's going to drop down. You just hit on the left or right side, the horizontal arrow. So if you use the dots like we did earlier, that's going to stretch it and make the font bigger. If you just want to stretch the size of the box and not change the font size, you have to use the horizontal adjustment there. Oh, we're just going to drag that out so it fits. Your website, let's go ahead and type that in there. Download my app. So I'll show you that real quick, just because it only takes a second. Let's just open up a new tab here, go back into command. Now for your new agents, we have classes on our YouTube channel on how to, or a class at least, on how to create your, or set up your new app, new-ish. It's been out for a little while now, but your agent app. So to, once you've set it up, go back and watch that video. We actually cover how to get the URL too. But go to consumer, hit site and app settings at the top right. And then we have this URL tab. So this is going to have our KW website name as well as our app URL. So we can just hit copy right there. Then go back here and we're just going to swap this part out with our app URL. Like that. Again, drag that out a bit. Alrighty. Again, this office over here looks like it replaced with a question mark. Not sure why that is doing that. But let's go ahead and make it say office again. We have National Association of Realtors and an equal housing logos there. So first we will swap out the DBA name. So to swap out a picture, you just click on it. And then you're going to go over here. So when you click on it, it's going to pull up the images menu. And so what I'm going to do, so I already have our Keller Williams logo in there. But if you don't, so we've done plenty of classes in the back on how to find your logo. You can get it from either our KW, my KW intranet, we have it saved there, or you can go to kwconnect.com. And there's going to be, all the different offices, marketing files that you can download. It's going to have every different type of logo you want. And then once you've downloaded it, you just go to images, add, click on drag and drop an image. So you can drag it on there if you want. We would just go in here, find that KW logo, double click it. It's going to import it. And then what we can do, you select the DBA name. There we go. Select that. You're just going to go over here to the image. See what pops up there. So usually when you hover over it, you'll see a little button that says swap, and it will swap this image over here for this image. For some reason, that's not coming up right now. So I'll just go ahead and delete the DBA one on this side. And then we'll just click on add image. Shrink it down and then throw it over there. A little small. I'm throwing this together pretty quick. You do want to make sure you're being compliant. Make sure you look at the local regulations to, make sure your name isn't bigger, your phone number isn't bigger than the office number. You have to have, I think, the office address on there. Again, I'm not an expert on all the different locations, so definitely look into your local laws. Make sure you're being compliant with branding and marketing. Looks like I have a space in my number there. Go. And then last thing, I'm just going to do the same thing I did before where I had imported this KW logo. I'm just going to import my headshot. Let's see. I'll just go ahead and use Patty's right now because it's available. So you'll see if you delete that one, there's actually an image placeholder here. So I think if you were to click on that. This is where you can actually go and replace it. So you'll see when I hover over that picture I just uploaded, we have this little replace image button, the arrows there. So I guess that's why the DBA didn't work. You actually have to use the image placeholder spot. So if we hit replace, it's going to swap it out like that. Okay, clicked and dragged it there. And then you can kind of resize it, make sure it fits well. I didn't upload the clearest image there, so not the best example. So, make sure it looks crystal clear before you go and add it to your email signature. But spend some time, make it look good. This is gonna be on every single email you send, so you want it to look professional and clean. Make sure there's no spelling errors or anything. And once you've done that, you're just gonna hit download at the top right. I'm just gonna do JPEG again. We'll make it high quality. And then we're just gonna do start download. Oh, it looks like it just took a minute to make it clear. I guess it was a pretty good image. It just takes a second to populate. Let's see here. So just to wrap this up, I'll show you inside of Gmail how you can go and add that signature. So what we're going to do here inside of Gmail is hit settings. So this little gear icon at the top right corner. Actually, I lied. It's not where you go. Let's see here. So I think you actually click on your KW icon up here with your name. That is wrong too. It's been a while since I've done that. Since I've done this, let's see if I can figure it out while I'm on here. I sworn it was in settings. Oh, okay, I missed this. So yeah, you do go to the gear icon, and then you're gonna hit see all settings at the top. So I guess these are just the quick settings. Drag you back over here. So within settings on this main page for general, you're just gonna scroll down here and you're gonna see signature. And you just have this box right here. So I already have mine in there, but if you don't have one in, it's gonna look blank like this. So you could either just put that image you just created in, or you could, sign off. All the best, Jackson. You can put your company name, your phone number in there if you want, but it's all in the picture as well. So next step is you just hit this insert image button. And then you go to upload, which is at the top. And just like in Command, we're just going to select that file from our device. So we're going to go to our downloads. We're going to see that one in there. And so yeah, that populates. The sizing looks a little big. If you want to resize it, I think you click on it, and then you have some different options here. So you might want to do, you could test out different sizes, make sure it looks good when you're sending it. And then you just go to the bottom here and click Save Changes. And then every time you go to compose a new email, I haven't saved that yet, but you're going to have that email signature right in there. And it will look very professional. Don't mess up any changes there. But that is it. It's been a successful Command Happy Hour, even though no live attendees were there, but I hope some of you go back and watch this and learn something useful. If you guys have any questions, you can shoot me an email at psjacksonteam@kw.com right there. or also, reach out to one of the other office staff. We have a lot of great people at our office that know a lot about Command, and we're all happy to help you learn how to use Command to really grow your business and take it to the next level. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you not next Thursday, but on the 23rd of July. We're going to be doing another one of these, so I hope you guys can join. See you next time.